The Detroit Lions are going to take care of business on the road in Kansas City and pick up their first preseason dub of the year. Very exciting finish as well. And there's a lot to talk about and a lot to take away from this game. Now, obviously, it's just a preseason game. It doesn't count, but preseason is still very important. Obviously, when you look at who's going to make the roster, who's going to step up. And, when you're a Super Bowl contending team, you need that next man up kind of guy to, be able to either be on the practice squad or be on the team on the bench. So we're going to go ahead and take a look. I'm going to run some highlights for you guys. Feel free to just watch those and, completely, tune me out if that's what you want to do. But I am going to go through a few things as well as some big winners and losers. Really just winners. I'm not going to go through any losers. We're just going to go through some big winners and big plays and moments from today's victory. And I haven't done one of these videos in a while because I used to do them last season. People kind of stopped watching them. I'm going to try and run it back this season. Let me know what you guys think of these videos and if you want more. And let me know what you thought of the game as well. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get started by just kind of doing a little quick game review, starting with the Detroit Lions victory, game-winning kick by Jake Bates. Man, I'm not going to lie. I know it's preseason, but I wanted to win this game very badly. Obviously back in Arrowhead and against most of the Chiefs starters too. I mean, they played really the whole first half, and the fact that we won this game I thought was really impressive. It was really an overall impressive performance. The defense had some moments that they gave up some plays, but they also had a lot of great moments, as well as the offense. The offense had a couple bad moments, especially there at the end of the game, but we made up for it, and we got the dub in the best way that we could have by letting Jake Bates hit a nice little 43-yarder to win the game. So overall, let's just go through some winners of today's preseason game. We're going to start with, obviously, Jake Bates. He was 4 of 4 today. He did miss that extra point, but obviously he made up for it. It almost cost us, but he made up for it. 4 of 4 from kicking, his longest being 55, and then a game winner from 43. Love what I saw from him. I'm starting to really get some confidence in him. He just needs to work on that short distance kicks. When he's kicking that extra point, I literally said out loud, I was like, he's going to miss it. And then he did. I don't know. I know he's love the dude. He's so happy we have him. I was wanting him so badly this offseason. We got him because his leg is insane. But his short distance is actually worse than his long distance, which is kind of funny. But that's fine. He just needs to work on that short distance. He's going to get it down. I'm not worried. So moving on from him, though, obviously, Sione Vaki. He had a really big game and a really big drive as well. He had 6 carries for 22 yards as well as 4 catches for 60 yards. And that drive right before halftime that got us into field goal range for Jake Bates, that was a really big drive from him. I was really impressed by what he was able to do. He had 4 straight catches, man, and he just kept taking them. They literally could not stop him. They just kept throwing the ball to Vaki, and he just kept taking it down the field and scoring. Or not scoring, but just getting big plays and big yards and leading to our score. So love what I saw from him. And we're going to talk more about him later. Isaiah Williams, 6 catches, 71 yards, and an amazing punt return where he broke 6 tackles and set Jake Bates up for the game-winning kick. That dude better be on this roster because that's 2 games in a row now where I've watched him. You go back and watch his Illinois highlights. The dude is just absolutely so fun to watch. He also used to play quarterback. We can use him as a trick play kind of guy, and that excites me even more. The dude has looked very consistent and very good, and I think he's by far been the best player of preseason. Him and Hooker, and Caden Davis as well. And Caden Davis is our next guy, who I think was the biggest winner. That 64-yard touchdown is going to do him wonders because, if he doesn't make the roster, he's definitely going to be that first receiver off the practice squad and onto the team. Obviously, you have guys like Tom Kennedy who are going to be on there as well, and even, Calhoun, who I think is going to be on there and will get pulled up maybe if we need him, because he's a very good player as well. So many guys that we can use. I think Isaiah Williams will make the team. He should. And overall, Caden Davis, I thought, looked really good today. He had a couple nice catches and obviously that 64-yard touchdown. Hendon Hooker, he looked amazing the whole time he was in. 12 of 15, 150 yards, 5 carries for 11 yards and a touchdown. Obviously did have that little fumble there towards the end of the game where it just didn't really get the snap all the way. He didn't really, firmly grasp it and tried to hand it off to Donovan Knight, and they neither one of them could hold on to it. So it almost lost us the game, but you know what? They both made up for it, and they both had a great game. So it wasn't that big of a deal. We won the game, and they made up for it. It was fine. So we're good. And Let's look at some great moments from today's game. Obviously, Josh Pascal's big strip sack that almost led to a game-winning touchdown drive. That was huge. The Hendon Hooker rushing touchdown absolutely just fired me up. Caden Davis 64-yard touchdown. The Isaiah Williams big catch and run, as well as his big punt return towards the end of the game to help win the game. The Matthew Betts sack. The Vaki big drive. And then the Zonovan Knight big runs and the big drive he had as well. Him and Vaki look very good. And before we close out this video, I did want to mention, I've seen a lot of people saying Zonovan Knight probably isn't going to make the roster because Vaki's going to be the 4. I don't think they're going to list Vaki as a running back. I know that's really what he's been playing. In my opinion, he should be getting safety reps because we need more depth at safety badly. You're looking at, at safety, you literally have Kirby Joseph, Ife Melifonwu, and Brandon Joseph. Those are your 3 guys are going to be in the team. Now, if you want to include Brian Branch in there, go ahead. He's more of a slot / safety hybrid. But still, I still think you need one more guy back there because our safeties always are getting injured. And to me, Vaki should be one of those guys because he was a good safety at Utah. So I think they should list Vaki as a safety, and then you can list Zonovan Knight as your running back 4. You can still give Vaki his trick plays and his big plays every now and then. Zonovan Knight can get his because the dude is just fun to watch, and he can break a big one every now and then because he's a beast. That's what I think they should do. But overall, it was a great game, a great comeback, and a great display. Obviously, Nate Sudfeld, the guy who I thought played very well. He did have that really bad interception, but he had a good game outside of a couple really bad throws. I've seen a lot of hate from him over the past couple days, and I don't think he deserves that. He's a good quarterback 3, guys. I mean, he is. He's a good quarterback 3. He's not a quarterback 2. We've learned that. That's Hooker's role. But for a guy who can come in and maybe beat some mediocre teams with the starters, I think that's what Nate Sudfeld could do. So I'm fine with that. But overall, it was a good game. Defense had some moments. Offense had a lot of great moments. Jake Bates doing his thing. And I absolutely loved what I saw from this team today. And Hendon Hooker doing what we wanted to see him do and getting his first touchdown. It was electrifying. So overall, great game. Let me know what you guys thought of the video and thought of the game. Who were your biggest winners and who were some of your biggest losers? And let me know what you guys thought. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.